What's going on, Yins? This week on Car Dad Bill, we have a 2022 Mazda CX-9. This is the signature all-wheel drive, top of the line, full of all the bells and whistles that you want. And it's one of my favorite subtle SUVs, and we'll go over that soon, but let's go for a ride. Alright guys, so first impressions, first take on the CX-9 signature, and the overwhelming feeling of this SUV is comfort and ease of use. Now, most SUVs this size and most SUVs in general are going to be comfortable to drive. They're going to be fun to drive. They're going to have a lot of stuff that you like inside the vehicle, right? The difference that I find with the CX-9 compared to maybe, let's say, a Jeep or a Honda Pilot or things like that, it's a little more sleek. There's a little more elegance to this, a little more refinement, a little softer overall, and it just has different features. You know, there's no V6, it's a 2.5 liter turbo, but it's got 320 pound-feet of torque, and I'm getting on the highway right now, and it's just effortless, and it's just smooth, and it gets on the highway. You're at highway speeds before you know it. You're able to merge in traffic. The steering is really, you know, right on par, very connected to the road. That's the other thing that Mazda preaches when they give me these loaners. They send me an information booklet, but they also talk about how the CX-9 and Mazda's design in general is driver focused, connection with the driver, connection with the road. And it's true. Everything here, when we go over the interior, you'll see it's to help you use the product while you're driving. It's to help you connect with the vehicle while driving. So while Mazda's not the top of mind necessarily when you think about an SUV or think about a vehicle that you want to buy, you should start thinking about it a little bit more, because it's definitely a product that's well made, reliable, and has a lot of good features with it. But that's my first look. Let's keep it going. What's going on, guys? We are standing outside the CX-9 6-passenger SUV from Mazda, and a lot of these details are just like in other vehicles, right? Straight up and down grille. It's kind of leaning forward a little bit. It's got the LED headlights flanking it on both sides. These are actual like rings that go around the headlights, and you got fog lights down below. I like the hood overhang. I like how that hood sticks out like that. Large wheels. I believe those are 20-inch wheels. Turn signals on the sides. Streamlined design. Swoops right to the back. Has a kind of a forward front, you know, with no bumper on the back again. It's just how this comes down, straight down. There's no bumper coming out anymore. Dual exhaust pipes out back. LED taillights with a regular turn signal. And I like that design right there. It matches down here. Carries through the whole car, the whole SUV. It's just a nice looking SUV. There's not a whole lot of flash and bang to this. It kind of gets the job done. Looks good while doing it. Let's go inside and take a look. All right, guys, we're inside. It's a sunny day. Thank gosh. You get your cool little thing up front, animation. And there's what the interior looks like. I need gas, so that's gonna say that the entire time. But look at the interior of this vehicle, and it's definitely one of the nicer interiors you're gonna see. And for the price, you really can't beat it. Bose sound system down there. Look at how the materials stack with each other. You got hard plastic here, you got soft up here, you have the aluminum in the middle. It wraps around the dashboard. Same thing over here. This vent shoots out and hits this and kind of stays inside the cabin. You have your grip right here. Your hand kind of slides behind it. It's got a really nice armrest while you're driving. You can kind of sit it there. You can hold your steering wheel. It's just very comfortable. This is your center stack that has all of the stuff that you need to do, you know, to control that. Now, it takes a little bit of getting used to use this to control that stuff. Home button takes you back to home, which is that screen. Then you can go to your music up there. You can go to your navigation over here. It takes you back up there. But all of that stuff is controlled through here. Here's your drive mode to sport. Here's your parking brake. Here's your auto hold. Here's your volume or your volume. So you can do it two different places. Regular shifter works really well, easy to use. Your dedicated HVAC controls are in here. You have your dual climate control with all of the buttons for that. And then here's your start. So yeah, so everything's laid out really well. You have analog gauges up here. These are all rotary gauges, a digital gauge here, and then normal rotary gauges on this side for your fuel. Then on this side, they give you a nice miles to empty gauge with your fuel gauge. And then over here is your MPG average, your temperature gauge for outside. So everything's kind of easily put together for you. Inside this package, you can see everything really well. It cleans up the dashboard. You have a nice clean dash. There's nothing up here to wander your eye. But while you're driving, you can definitely control this stuff while you're driving down the road, and it works up there really well. Over here, we have piano black finishes with your window switches. Some of your other controls here for your cameras and your trunk release and all that good stuff. The steering wheel has everything you need as well. Your cruise control settings, your stereo settings, your phone settings, and you do have paddle shifters back here on each side. Wipers, all that good stuff. Glove box is a double opening one, just like in the back. Let's take a look, actually. Let's go in the back seat and see what's up. Back seat, same thing. Layering of materials, light, dark, soft, hard. You have your extra screen. And then here's where the kiddos go, or the adults, whatever the case may be. With the center stack heated seat, we have the HVAC right there, and then static button, or static seats, seatbelt buckles. So the kids can get, like Anna can grab her seat and buckle it in really easily. And I kept everything in here because I want you guys to see that it holds 3 hockey bags with the seats down. So let's go look back there. So when you come around back, underneath the Mazda logo is the button. Pops the hatch, and there is the mess of hockey equipment. And everything fits. I stacked this one on top of that one. Here's my coach bag, all of our hockey sticks. Everything fits in here. Let me pull this all out and show you what it looks like with this. So here's a look at the back without anything in there, except for a water bottle. And the seats folded down. So you have a huge storage area to get those seats up. It's just a matter of pulling one-handed, lifting the headrest into place. Same thing on this side. You can do it with one hand. And now you have 6 seats. And even with the seats up, Coach can put his hockey bag in there and it fits just fine. I do want to go over some numbers real fast. I don't have a Monroney per se, but I do have the data from the website and from comparing different models. This is the signature model, so this is above the Grand Touring. This has additional options like some of the leather trim, the moon roof, the premium Bose sound system, heated steering wheel, things like that. It doesn't even get to 50 grand. The price as tested I spec'd it out as best I could on their website, and it came back at like 47 and change. So for under 50 grand, you're getting a vehicle that has a lot to it. Now this is the 6 passenger, 2 here, 2 there, and 2 in the back. So there's 6 passenger seating, not 7. I would prefer the 7, maybe even 8 if possible, but you can't get that 3rd seat in the 3rd row. You only have 2 seats back there. This has a 2.5 liter turbo Skyactiv all-wheel drive. It makes 320 pound-feet of torque. Folks, that is plenty of power. You are not going to need any more power than that driving this vehicle. It is almost perfect, and the balance is right there as well. The other options that come with this signature package is the all-wheel drive, the Bose, like I said before. A lot of the piano black and aluminum features inside here, the illuminated sill plates on the doors, your upgraded wheel package, all that stuff comes with the signature package. And there's a lot of safety features as well. You know, the forward collision monitors, the side monitors, your rear alert when you're backing out of a parking spot. All those things come standard on the signature package. And like I said, it's under 50 grand, and I'm averaging about 18.5 to 19 miles per gallon, driving it mostly around town, not a whole lot of highway driving. I didn't get a chance to really to do a lot of highway commuting. I did a lot of back and forth in suburban driving this week. So 19 miles of the gallon is pretty decent for a 2.5 liter of this size, pushing a vehicle this size down the road with the all-wheel drive. So driving dynamics, right? How does the CX-9 drive? And really, the CX-9 is, I call it the sleeper of family SUVs. And the reason I call it that is because Mazda has a very similar looking lineup. Just like any other brand, right? But the CX-30, the CX-5, and the CX-9, they all resemble each other. They're just different sizes of each. And while that's fine, I totally get it, they're not going to stand out of a lineup. They're not going to stand out amongst other SUVs that have a lot of gingerbread, a lot of trim, a lot of flash, bang, all that stuff. They're kind of going to blend in to the pack. Driving the SUV is where you're going to notice the difference. And it's because it drives so well. There's so little drama. There's not a lot of rattles and squeaks. The braking is very, very, what's the word? It's not soft, but it's reactive. The stereo system in here is fantastic. The Bose sound system is on point. The acceleration is where you want it. It's not gonna throw you in your seat, but it is gonna push you in your seat a little bit. It's gonna make you realize that you have 300 pounds of torque plus. You can carry all the kids. They can get their seat belts on easily. All the gauges and instrumentation inside the vehicle is easy to use. It's easy to figure out. And they have, and like I showed you in the interior, they have that center mounted button knob that controls the dash, controls everything. You have your dedicated HVAC. Everything comes together and works well. And my personal favorite thing about the CX-9 is, for the vehicle of this size, it drives around bends smooth and balanced and flat. It has great torque around corners and up hills and up and down. You can drive it in and out of the woods, you know, like we do in Western PA. You get on these back roads and you're able to just give it the business. And it doesn't have a flaw in that regard. It has a really good feel all around. Everything's easily used. That's my best feature about the CX-9 that I kind of want to get across to you guys in this review is, you're not going to win any, you know, best looking vehicle prizes. You're not going to win any quarter mile races. You're not going to be at the top of any kind of list, but you're going to be in the middle to higher end on that list. It's going to check all the boxes that you need for your family. It's going to check all the boxes you need for all weather conditions. It's going to check the box for comfort. It's going to check the box for stereo, for lighting. It's going to check all the buttons and all the boxes that you need for a family SUV under 50 grand, just about 20 miles per gallon average. You're going to get more than that on the highway. You're going to get probably 23, 24, maybe even 25 on the highway, depending on how you drive. You're going to be able to carry everybody. It's a great vehicle. Mazda, I give you a thumbs up like I always do. The CX-9 is one of my favorite sleeper SUVs. Car Dad Bill, real cars, real people, real life. Go check out a CX-9 one day. If you're in the market for a big SUV, you won't be disappointed. I'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks for watching.